1000 Inventions that changed the world. Newspaper. The newspaper holds a significant place in the history of communication and media, serving as a primary source of information, news, and opinion for centuries. Its historical perspective is a fascinating journey that reflects the evolution of print technology, the rise of journalism, and the changing dynamics of society and politics. Let's explore the historical journey of the newspaper. Origins and early development. The origins of the newspaper can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as ancient Rome, China, and Egypt, where government announcements, official decrees, and handwritten news bulletins were distributed to inform the public. However, it wasn't until the invention of the printing press in the 15th century by Johannes Gutenberg that newspapers as we know them today began to emerge. The Gutenberg Bible, printed in 1455, is often regarded as one of the earliest examples of mass-produced printed material. The printing press enabled the rapid production of books, pamphlets, and broadsheets, laying the groundwork for the dissemination of news and information to a wider audience. Early newspapers and periodicals. In the 17th century, the first true newspapers began to appear in Europe, particularly in England, France, and Germany. These early newspapers, known as curantos or newsbooks, were often published irregularly and contained a mix of domestic and international news, advertisements, and literary content. One of the earliest successful newspapers was the London Gazette, first published in 1665, which served as the official government publication of England. Other notable early newspapers include the Oxford Gazette, later renamed the London Gazette, the London Times, later renamed The Times, and The Spectator, a pioneering periodical that featured essays, commentary, and literary criticism. Expansion and popularization. The 18th and 19th centuries witnessed a rapid expansion of the newspaper industry, fueled by advancements in printing technology, literacy rates, and transportation networks. Newspapers became more affordable and accessible to the general public, leading to a proliferation of publications catering to various interests, ideologies, and demographics. The Industrial Revolution further accelerated the growth of the newspaper industry, as steam-powered printing presses and improved papermaking techniques enabled faster and more efficient production. The introduction of advertising as a revenue source also contributed to the economic viability of newspapers, allowing publishers to offer newspapers at lower prices or even distribute them for free. Golden Age of Journalism. The late 19th and early 20th centuries are often regarded as the Golden Age of journalism, marked by the emergence of influential newspapers, investigative reporting, and muckraking journalism. Newspapers such as The New York Times, The Washington Post, and The Guardian gained prominence for their in-depth coverage of national and international events, exposing corruption, and advocating for social and political reform. The advent of wire services, telegraphy, and photography further revolutionized newspaper production and distribution, allowing newspapers to provide up-to-the-minute news coverage and vivid visual imagery to their readers. Challenges and adaptations. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, newspapers faced new challenges with the rise of digital media, the internet, and social media platforms. Many traditional newspapers struggled to adapt to the changing media landscape, as readership declined, advertising revenue declined, and competition from online news sources intensified. However, some newspapers successfully transitioned to digital formats, launching websites, mobile apps, and multimedia platforms to reach a broader audience and engage readers in new ways. Despite the challenges, newspapers continue to play a vital role in informing the public, shaping public discourse, and holding power to account in democracies around the world. In conclusion, the history of the newspaper is a story of innovation, adaptation, and resilience in the face of technological, economic, and social change. From humble beginnings as handwritten bulletins to modern multimedia platforms, newspapers have evolved into indispensable sources of news, information, and analysis, reflecting and shaping the societies they serve.